Hi friends, my name is Matt. I'm the youth and family pastor at Cornerstone Church in Marshfield, here today with your Cornerstone Connection, a daily devotional. So just the other day, my two older boys, and I were out playing some basketball in the summer July heat. It's been hot out there. And as we were playing, it was those two against me, and we were having a great time. But as we were going along, of course, my boys had to learn the lesson and still have to learn the lesson that all of us have to learn at some point. That when you are on a team, it is not just about you. There is no I in team. The team is not about me, it's about we, right? It's about us working together to accomplish the mission of winning the game. And once you know it, that when my boys actually decided to pass the ball to one another, they were fairly successful and did a really good job and had made way more points when they passed the ball than when they tried to score on their own against their taller dad. Now, I relay that short story with you today as we move into the book of Joshua, as we continue our way through the book of Joshua, and we move into chapter 8. What you know, if you've been sticking with us in the past couple of days, is that Israel had some issues. In fact, they had one major issue, a guy named Achan, who decided that there was some I in team. He had his eyes cast upon some possessions in a city that they had conquered. And though the Lord said, take nothing from that place for yourself, Achan decided to disobey that order, and that led to problems both for the people of Israel as they tried to capture the next city, but also for Achan and his family, which eventually ended up in their death and destruction. Now, today, as we move into Joshua chapter 8, if you've already read it, what you know is that Israel has repented. Achan and his family and all of their livestock have been destroyed, which of course is sad, but what God required. And so we move into Joshua chapter 8, and it's time for Israel to take God seriously. It's time for Israel to play as a team. And fortunately, what we see in Joshua chapter 8 is they listen to every command that the Lord gives them, and they work together, and they listen to the Lord through Joshua's commands, and they are able to defeat the people of Ai. And what is wonderful as we get to the end of Joshua chapter 8 is you see when they capture the city and they've destroyed everything God said to destroy, and they've left everything the Lord said to leave, they have this wonderful moment as a unit. They have this wonderful moment as a team, as a family, as the people of Israel. And I just want to read this to you because we see the leadership of Joshua, which was very sacrificial and servant-hearted. And you can see that it wasn't about Joshua. It was about God. It was about the people of Israel and what God had told them to do. So Joshua chapter 8, starting in verse 30. If you want to join me there, that's where I am. Here's what it says. It says, Then Joshua built on Mount Ebal an altar to the Lord, the God of Israel, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had commanded the Israelites. He built it according to what is written in the book of the law of Moses, an altar of uncut stones on which no iron tool had been used. On it they offered to the Lord burnt offerings and sacrificed fellowship offerings. There, in the presence of the Israelites, Joshua copied on stones the law of Moses, which he had written. All Israel, aliens and citizens alike, with their elders, officials, and judges, were standing on both sides of the Ark of the Covenant of the Lord, facing those who carried it, the priests who were Levites. Half of the people stood in front of Mount Gerizim, and half of them in front of Mount Ebal, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, had formerly commanded when he gave instructions to bless the people of Israel. Afterward, Joshua read all the words of the law, the blessings and the curses, just as it is written in the book of the law. There was not a word of all that Moses had commanded that Joshua did not read to the whole assembly of Israel, including the women and children and the aliens who lived among them. See this beautiful family moment for the people of Israel. They have just conquered Ai. And they conquered it because they obeyed completely what the Lord commanded them. And now they are together where Joshua has built this altar in order to honor God, give thanks to God, and to bless God. And they, in turn, because they are obeying God, it says that they are being blessed. If they follow the instruction of Moses that God gave Moses, that Moses gave Joshua, they will be blessed. And here we see this blessing of not just the men, but the women, the children, and all the aliens who lived among them. How awesome is that? You see, things work out pretty well when we obey God and we work together, when it's not just about me, but it's about we. It's about us. It's about the church working together to bring glory to God and to honor his name. Let's see how we can do that together, friends. Have a great day, and we'll see you next time on the Cornerstone Connection.